Hello, welcome to my channel, A Piece of Gaia. My name is Lindsay, and today we're going to do a reading. We don't know what kind of reading we're going to do, a card of the day first. So we're going to see what the reading is going to be based on, and then we will get our picks here. If you want to go down to the timestamps and just pick that way, you can, but also we're going to do runes and a card that you can pick from. So before we get started, let's do a nail check. Getting used to this, it's pretty fun. These are really fun to make. These little piercings move. This little chain moves. Really great for fidgeting. Really great. Lots of texture. It's a kind of a glam punk look today. Alright, so let's go ahead and get a card of the day here from this deck. This is Dreams of Gaia. Alright. We have the Ace of Pentacles is our card of the day. It's a pretty shiny card, so you can see that. So this dragon, this beautiful green dragon, goes great with our theme today. Alright, and my intention was to read something out of the book from the card that we picked, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So Ace of Earth, the key words are new beginnings, goals, motivation, desire, preparations, opportunities, education, security, potential reward, and potential consequences. All right, let's go ahead and get our rune for each pick. So really, I feel like the reading is about goals, but also new tangible things coming into play. We're going to get a pick from this little tiny deck here of the Steampunk Tarot. Alright, timestamps will be listed down in the description and in the pinned comments, and I will see you in your selected reading. Hello to those of you that selected group number 1 here with the 4 of Cups Steampunk Tarot card here. I feel this card, it told me right away when I saw the look on this man's face, just looking around at this, looks like an office, and I'm hearing the satisfaction has come to an impasse. And your rune that you chose is the Crossroads. So you may be at some type of impasse in your life or some situation that has just left you a little not so great. This is a minor arcana, so this could be just one day that was kind of a bummer, that didn't work out for you. But I also feel that this is kind of a direction change, because our card of the day, if you didn't catch the beginning, our card of the day is the Ace of Earth with this beautiful green dragon here. So I feel like something is blossoming and growing, but we're in kind of this lull period of time. And you know, actually recently, depending on when you're watching this, there has been some lull in the energy as far as like light workers are concerned. I've definitely noticed a dip in the energy of certain individuals and also content creators. They've even talked about this, like it's just a wide known thing that this last part of the winter dragging on, at least in the northern hemisphere here, has really left people feeling like an energy drain. So I'm feeling this is a new revitalization to your energy, like your physical being more activated with more energy here. And this is more about goal setting also, and kind of the potential that awaits you. So we'll see more into the cards here. All right. So we're going to start with some oracle cards. So I hope you are doing well today and having a lovely day wherever you are in the world. And if you aren't having the greatest day, hopefully we can put some energy into that, or I'll say something that will help guide you towards a better feeling. All right? Okay. What are the animal spirits that would like to come forward for those that selected group 1? Okay, so we have the goat and the willow with overcoming obstacles. We have the horse and bluebell with modest fortitude. Love it. And we have the bear and cedar with leadership. All right, so I definitely feel this new venture that you're taking on, this new kind of responsibility that I'm feeling that you're taking on, is leading you to a place where you're definitely going to have to reevaluate how you see your values and how you operate on a moral level, because I feel like there might be something within a workplace situation, because we did, get an earth card, and this is kind of showing me this push forward, but like a sensitive push forward, making sure that we take into account all of our senses and our sensibilities. And being in a modest way, it's really knowing your humility, knowing how to humble yourself, how to be work within a group dynamic is also what I'm feeling. And then overcoming obstacles in the willow. I feel like there's a lot of flexibility here with the willow, a lot of fertility, and a lot of energy that is going to be given to those around that can help them establish their roots. The willow is a natural root hormone for other plants. So if you put it in water, it can get like this goo inside the water to where it can, if you put a stem or a cutting of another plant into the water, it can grow. And as I'm saying that, there's two male cardinals outside my window here, and there is a cat below, and they're just kind of like, the cat is more trying to navigate the brambles, and the birds are above. So I feel like that's something that's significant to your reading. Like, I feel like you are definitely going to be rising above, and I feel like that red color from the cardinals coming through is showing me that you're going to be using whatever has been grounding you in that root chakra and using that to propel yourself. You're in more of a position where that's a jumping off point. Instead of anything that's going to weigh you down or hold you back, it's now propelling you forward. And anything that is like lurking, like I'm seeing that cat trying to move through the brambles, and I just feel like there's too much energy between the field that you're in and the people or the negative energy that could possibly harm you at this time. Like, I feel like there's a big distance between that, and there's a lot of ways to get out of that. And if you also navigate within that energy field, that I feel like, because if the bird, it flies out into a more open area and it tries to land on the ground, it's more vulnerable. So I'm feeling like navigating within circles and a group is really is a thing that maybe we need to focus on right now, because I feel like the Four of Cups is this lonely energy. There's a little bit of loneliness to this, but it might be because we're in contemplation or we're in creative mode, or I feel like something like that. So whatever you are overcoming in this phase is definitely prospering and building more fortitude for you to create more of that leadership and that balance in your life. Because I feel like the bear is also a very peaceful energy, but it's also something that, that saying, poke the bear. So I feel like you're not going to be really navigating in areas where you're going to be dealing with because I don't see with this dynamic of animals, I feel this more freedom loving and group loving and creativity, and there's an energy of protecting those that cannot protect themselves is what's coming through from the bear. I'm seeing baby bears being protected, but I'm also just seeing like as long as you don't start anything, there won't be anything. Is that saying, right? Don't start nothing, won't be nothing. And I'm feeling like that. Like there's this thing where I'm feeling like maybe you could, if you wanted to, you could bring people into this drama or this feeling that you're having, or somebody else could do this. And I'm feeling like if you don't get pulled into this person or this energy again, I'm feeling like again, like it's a repeat kind of a thing, that you'll be able to navigate better at this time. Like I feel like there's this niggling like feeling, maybe something happened. I feel like maybe there is maybe even like a deal breaker thing. Somebody said something, somebody did something. There's something about the situation that makes me feel like there was somebody involved and the conversation or the situation went to an area where it's like, we don't do that to each other. We don't talk like that to each other, or we don't, like, I feel like this is about dissatisfaction. So it's like you might not be mad, but you're really disappointed. Okay, that's coming through. So I'm feeling like with all that negativity, you know, aside, that your card kind of holds, you're going to be getting out of this. And the crossroads, you're not going to stay in this position forever. This is a directional point. This is movement. So whatever you feel like you might be currently stuck in or stagnant in the emotions, it will be moving forward here is what these cards are really saying. And the horse also, I love this because this is not a timed reading, but in the year of 2026, this is the year of the fire horse in Chinese zodiac. So I feel that this is a very fast moving year. Okay, this is the kind of horse, the kind of movement that wants to move really fast. So whatever you're kind of establishing yourself in, the goat is showing me this lower to the ground, more established energy. Whatever you're establishing yourself in, or whatever you established yourself in last year, will continue on, because 2027 is the year of the goat. So I'm seeing this continuation of your energy and just building in this fortitude, building in this strength, building in the ability to have freedom with responsibility. Okay, so that's awesome. All right, let's get you some more cards here. All right, let's get you some of these. I don't even know what I'm gonna name this video yet. We'll see. The ace kind of leaves it open to interpretation. All right, so we have number 1 with decision, or no, that's not a 1, that's an arrow. Okay, this one is decision. I see this maze. Oh, we got freedom and relief. Okay, so excellent. And we can also think about the chakras in these cards. So this is going to be the crown chakra, the throat chakra, and the heart chakra. So this one says, I choose well. This one says, take your wings. And this one says, ballast overboard. Let's look at that. So this is dedicated to the great snake goddess. The snake goddess, Naga, symbolizes supernatural power, wisdom, cunning, and potency. The mudra resolves emotional and mental tension. I decide with a clear head and a benevolent heart. This is card number 62. Interestingly enough, too, you may have felt like 2025 was a bit of a maze for you. It was a bit of connecting, getting things right, getting out of whatever you felt might have been an obstacle, because the year of the snake was 2025. So yeah, boom, boom, boom. All right, and then I love this because, you know, horses symbolize freedom. So this card comes through here. And this mudra helps to treat chest complaints of all kinds, and it is good for the lungs. Place your hands on either side of the breastbone. Behind the clouds, freedom knows no bounds. Number 53. Okay. And then this card here is pretty long. So with the help of this mudra, you can get rid of toxins in your body and disentangle energetic blockages. It gets rid of worn out, no longer appropriate patterns on the emotional and mental levels and resolves inner conflicts. I am ready to welcome a promising future. Number 41. Excellent. Yeah, I feel like there's, with these chakras too, it's like the information is coming in, you're being able to listen or voice this information, and then bringing it into your heart center and being open enough to make it a part of your reality. And I just feel like this saying relief, it's like I'm feeling it's a sense of relief to take on this position, to take on this thing that you're going to take on, because I feel like it's definitely going to get you out of this repeating feeling in the Four of Cups that might be resurfacing. And that's why I feel like this strong rune of the directionals is asking you, it's like, what makes you feel free in this moment that can help you get past this hedge, this maze, this situation. And I'm seeing these as like lines and strings. Or no, I'm actually seeing these as rows of plants, like from above also. So yeah, I feel like if you're watching this, you know, seasonally, maybe this might be a time to plant. If in the springtime, I'm feeling like maybe that might be a great thing to get you out of anything that, because it's working with the earth, and then we have, you know, the Ace of Earth here, so it's like working with the earth is really, really great to help you discharge negative energies, and just being able to be down on the ground and putting your hands in the dirt and things like that also really like it's a grounding energy. It's a discharge of like that. These, if you can think of when you have negative energy, you have like a frazzle. It's kind of like a frizzy hair to your aura, and then you put your hands in the dirt and it's like it smooths that out, it calms that down, it helps you realign your energies. So all right, so let's get you some tarot here. For those who selected group 1, what are some more messages for us today? Nobody wants to fly. Alright, we have the Temperance card and the Four of Wands reversed. Okay, so 4 and 4, this connecting here, I feel like maybe something in your home is very dissatisfying. Maybe there is a balance dynamic that has been thrown off as of recently, and we're trying to get back to that. I feel we're trying to get back to that, as in grounding ourselves, getting into back to basics. I also feel with the Ace of Earth. So back to basics with the Temperance card shows me that it could be something as simple as getting something out of your energy or adding something to your energy as an alchemy type of way. This could also be about food, about what you're putting into your food, in your body. But this card is also really about the liquid aspect, because this is a fire card. We have water and fire as a depiction in this. So I feel that, you know, in order to balance out our very fiery body, because we're like a chamber of acid, you know, we burn the food, we have this cauldron inside of us. So in order to maintain a balance of that cauldron, we need to make sure that we are getting enough water in our system so that we can balance out that. So there might be an aspect of that, because this card is also the Sagittarius, and Sagittarius loves to party. They love to party. I'm a Sagittarius moon, and I've gotten out of my party days, but yeah, I was a real big partier back in the day. And these days, little gnat. These days I feel I'm a little more comforted at home. But I also see maybe there might be this feeling that you're feeling stuck, and the Sagittarius's arrow is pointing over here to this, and it's like maybe getting out of the house. Maybe you've been indoors for winter a lot and you haven't been able to get into the dirt, is what I was saying before. Maybe that might be something that you would like to take on, or just you might want to help out a friend or be a part of a community garden. I mean, there's so many things running through my head that you could do if you don't have your own property or your own little thing, little porch or something to put, or a window even. All right, so let's get you a couple more. But like I said, it may be as simple as adjusting those things, but the Temperance card is a major arcana. So this is a process that's going to take a while, you know, to alchemize our body and to get those levels. It's a constant thing. It's constantly checking in with ourselves. Just as much as you need to breathe air and drink water every day, is just as much as the Temperance card will show you how you need those areas balanced. Then we have the Naked Heart, which is the extra card in this deck, in reverse. And the Nine of Wands. Yeah, I feel like your defenses might be up because of a situation that did not exactly go your way. I'm feeling also heated arguments, heated topics, and you're like, not again. Like, I just feel like this is a repeating thing, something that's been happening, and it's disrupting your stability, your home environment, but also your ability to be open and vulnerable. The Tender Heart Warrior. So this is about connection, purpose, and higher self. Interestingly enough, before I started this reading, there was a hawk that had flown overhead, and I didn't see it, but I heard it, and it was like dead silent. I was like right about to start the reading, and I hear this caw, caw, up in the sky. So that immediately is like higher purpose, higher self. So I really feel like you guys are, you know, feeling maybe a disconnection from this energy, and it's asking you, it's calling you back. It's really calling you back. And I could feel this reading could totally be for me, because when I'm in the winter and I'm indoors, I live in the north in Wisconsin, so it can get very cold here. And especially this winter has been really harsh, and there hasn't been a lot of moments that we could get outside, and it's just starting to break. There is still some snow yet to come, but I feel like there is a seasonalness to your energy as well, to where whatever season you're in, you know, this is a timeless reading. You could be in the middle of summer and feel like you're in a winter just because of near exhaustion of some circumstances that you've been in, and something to just left you feeling very dissatisfied. So I'm feeling like the connection here with this card is the Aqua Aura Quartz. Okay. And then the Luna Moth whispers to you here, you are brave and beautiful. Fly out of the darkness and into the light. And then the reverse meaning here, I'll also read, says, I ask myself, is my ego leading my path instead of my heart? Okay. And, you know, I'll liken this to a relationship as well, if that is the case for any of you watching this, because I feel like sometimes that what I just read can apply to trying to be in a relationship just to show up your own self or other people or prove something. And a lot of the times I feel like we get trapped into this, especially people who are caregivers, are people who are light workers and things like that. You know, we're people who genuinely care about other people, or, you know, if you're a woman. All right. So I could feel that sometimes we stay a little bit longer thinking we're helping and we're nurturing and doing our best to help the situation, when really we might be just by a little default enabling something in someone, and this might be throwing off the balance of the dynamic in the relationship, and therefore also within your physical body, within your energy field. And the Ace of Earth today tells us we're getting back. We're getting that back. We're getting back to wholeness. Okay. So maybe there'll be moments when you can feel yourself in that defensive mode, and you might want to go, okay, well, we need to ask ourselves that question that this came with this card. Are we letting our ego be lead, or are we letting our heart lead the situation? Because really what the heart would tell you is sometimes the best decision, the most truthful decision, is the hardest one that you can make. Okay. All right. And let's get you a message here, and I'm going to read a little bit of there's a small little poem that goes with these cards. They don't have interpretations, they just have kind of abstract thinking that you can interpret. Okay, that one wants to come out. All right, we got the snake again with the snake energy. Yeah, I really feel like 2025 really put you through the ringer. I mean, I know it did for me. Health-wise, especially, like a lot of us, if there was anything small or big, it definitely came up in 2025. So moving forward here, I feel like the fruit of knowledge is inspiring more of that ability to gain knowledge and be able to give it as well. So I'm seeing that with the blue color, and this one, take your wings. So I feel like also this can be really about a choice. And also I'm feeling a watching of the words, because I feel like sometimes, you know, maybe like I had said before, someone may have said something that put you in this state, or maybe it was the exchange of words. Okay, so let's read out of this book here. So some say ignorance is bliss, and advise against taking bites, for what learned cannot be unlearned. Part of you, they become what consumed. All flavors, sweet, sour, or bitter, it's better to sample at least once. When the fear of knowledge is undone, only pure wisdom will remain. All right, now we're going to get you a dinosaur. So something from the past, I'm going to dredge up, okay? We're going to dredge up something from the past that wants to be seen, acknowledged, heard, and we will interpret what that might be here. Okay, so Oviraptor. So Oviraptor was a pescatarian. No. I don't know. It just says mollusk and shellfish. So we have So their name means egg thief. So obviously they didn't write in there that they eat eggs. Once believed to have been an egg eater, hence is named. This dinosaur probably ate shellfish, which is crushed in the jaws. Alright, so maybe there's some misinformation about something. There also could be something about your diet that is coming into question, and you need to eat more omega-3s is what I'm getting from this. But also, you know, and those are building blocks, so we should all, you know, aspire to eat more omegas. And like I'm really feeling there's something about you being connected to a water source as well. Okay, so definitely something is evolving, transforming into more of a modern way of doing things for you. I feel also there's maybe some knowledge that's going to be coming in that's going to help you with this crossroads, with this direction, with this new potential that you have that is just waiting to be accessed. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and also get you a goddess card here. Goddess would like to come through for those that are dealing with all of this wonderful energy. Such a duality mixture here. Yeah, I feel higher learning with that Temperance card as well. There's something about higher learning. We have the in-between with Hecate. Okay, yeah, number 19, which I love this card because it's number 19. It has this real bright glow. So although, you know, this may be a challenging time being in both worlds at the same time, there is a positivity to this. There is a way forward. I also feel like within the decisions and the choices that you might make here because of the information that's coming in through via your crown chakra, maybe you've been doing some meditation. Maybe in order to get out of some of this, I'm feeling a little bit of depression. You may be actively pursuing some things and moving in the direction that you need to, but you're still kind of lingering in the energy of what's going on here in the past. So I feel the in-between is also showing me that there might be this etheric connection that I feel like has a timing aspect to it. Something about your heart chakra as well. There's something being activated, being accessed, being leveled up in some way. So I'm going to show you the alignment message with this card being in the reverse. So there are times when you find yourself stuck between two worlds, unable to go back to the way things were and afraid to move forward without knowing what you're facing. This indecision can be crippling, but you can't stay forever in the in-between. The goddess Hecate offers you a sacred alignment task. Make a move. It doesn't matter if you stumble or fall. It doesn't matter if you It doesn't matter if you stutter or repeat yourself 3 times. It doesn't matter if you stumble or fall. After all, you can always course correct. Bring love to the part of you that is afraid and that has lost faith. Remember, you are not alone, as the goddess Hecate will not abandon you in the dark, nor will you remain there for long. Consider as you move forward through life the sacred challenge as trusting the magic that makes this world and your part in it sing with meaning. Don't be afraid to step into the dark. The goddess Hecate will rise her torch and show you the way out. Okay. So you're definitely being guided at this time. I feel like you're almost being pulled through this kind of knothole of energy. And on the other side, there is this new beginning. So, you know, you're going to make it. You're going to make it through this. There might just be a lot of push and pull in your energy before you actually get to the result that you'd like to see. But you're on a journey here. You're definitely on a journey. Also, I feel the nature of goddesses here isn't to be this, you know, care. I mean, yes, there's some goddesses that are all about love and caring and positivity, but goddess energy is chaotic. It moves in a way to change. It disrupts. It aggravates. It challenges the norms. So I'm feeling that with this energy, it's like you're moving into this new space with this whole new look on how things could be formed for you, how they could be put in a direction to where you could access this. It could be stable for you. It could be supportive. It can be even nurturing in some aspect, because with this chaos, I feel, comes peace. With this change comes peace. So it's like you've set yourself up. You are this kind of warrior energy. I feel like this, we kind of felt that in this card, that there is this warrior energy to you. And if you're a woman watching this, I feel you are definitely feeling what has collectively been happening. And they've just been trying to poke the bear. You know, I feel like everything is really designed to push and aggravate, and it's like it's pushing women. We're being pushed to rise up, to stand up, and to take that fruit, so to speak, and run with it. So I really feel like there is definitely something that you're going to be moving into here that is going to be a big change up. I think I might even label this video as what changes are coming. Okay, what new beginnings are aligning for us here. All right, so we have one more message that I'd like to leave you with, and that is from this book that I'm currently reading, The Sophia Code, a living transmission from the Sophia Dragon tribe. Very interesting. I have a lot of mixed emotions about pretty much every book I read, and you know, I'm a skeptic from many different categories, but we're just going to kind of read if it's appropriate for me to read it, because there's some stuff in here that's like a little triggering. So I'm going to make sure that that is not the case. We're going to read from the left middle. This talks about higher self. The simple, consistent act of choosing to live in alignment with your higher self's daily guidance allows for you to accelerate positive manifestations in your life with an extraordinary momentum. This accelerated momentum spins at the speed of light within the electrons of your DNA. Within this momentum, there is an omniscient intelligence coordinating your aligned actions with the universe and divinely orchestrated synchronicities. Experiencing the satisfying perfection of your alignment, co-creating reality with the omniscient power of the universe invites you to let go of the resistances and be swept up into the momentous flow of positive energy, taking you where your soul authentically wants to go. Wow. If that didn't go perfectly, that's just so cool. I love it. Well, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me in this energy. And if you feel so called, come out again and see me on Saturdays when I post at 6 p.m. Central Time. All right. Have a lovely rest of your day. Bye-bye. Hello to those of you that selected group number 2 here with the 10 of Wands card from the Steampunk Tarot. See, there's lots of cards falling down here. Just all these wands in her back. So I feel like despite some of the Ten of Wands energy of not being able to handle something or feeling overwhelmed, I feel like you're handling this quite well. You've taken on this pressure, like I'm hearing, like a diamond. So you got the rune, the star here. So there might be a specific point, a specific direction, a wish, a desire, something that is activating within you. I also feel a healing energy coming through. So if you didn't catch, the card of the day is this card here, the Ace of Earth with this beautiful green dragon. So there is definitely new beginnings. There's new goals. There's a potential lying ahead. I feel like there's also a materializing to any of your manifestations. Yeah, and this, interestingly enough, you know, it's this rune you chose is a goal being reached. So there's something in sight that's going to make you very happy here. So just feel like there's this authenticity to you, you know, being true to yourself. And there's kind of this release of your energy where you're feeling this freedom from your troubles. And maybe you might be achieving some type of goal or dream. And this is making you very hopeful for the future. And I'm thinking that with this comes this very optimistic, wishful thinking that the Ten of Wands is kind of being washed of its negative energy here to say, you're handling this like a freaking champ. Okay. And it also is asking, you know, if it becomes very overwhelming or hard to manage, that maybe we might want to delegate out some of that energy, just especially if we've already worked out some specific routine or thing that's working for us. Maybe if this has to do with business or anything like that, that maybe you can guide someone else, show someone else a specific direction, and you can guide them and show them how to do something that will help serve both of you. Okay. And I feel like there is some kind of guiding light here. She has this lantern, so there's something that you are being guided by with the star, that I'm feeling there might be something astrologically or something with your birth chart. Maybe there's a specific planetary alignment that's happening at this time or coming up that you are being kind of prepared for. Okay, so your first messages out are going to come from this deck here, some spirit animals. So I hope you all are doing well today and having a lovely day wherever you are in the world. And if you are not, hopefully we can say something here today that will spark some change of those feelings. But I feel like you are feeling pretty hopeful. I feel like there is a very uplifting energy to this group. There was a little more of a ho-humness to group one, but I'm feeling the energy picking up here. So let's go ahead and see what animals would like to come through for those that selected group 2. Okay, we have the ladybug and sweet pea with happiness. We have the moth and eucalyptus with an ending. And then we have the ram and dahlia with determination. Yes, so perfect for the card that you chose too, isn't it? Wow. Yeah, because the 10 is symbolizing coming to the end of an energy cycle. And then through that hard work, I feel, through that determination that you've built up, you definitely are getting some satisfaction from this for sure. And this particular moth is a deadhead's moth, so I'm seeing the movie Silence of the Lambs. Funny enough, if that's a movie that you like, I feel like it's a very like a mind teasing thriller. Like it's kind of scary because it kind of keeps you on the edge and suspense. So maybe there's something suspenseful that you've been awaiting for, and all that determination and effort and drive that you've been putting into something is actually going to be flowering here and coming into light. And as you can see, the little flowers here in my windowsill are starting to open here in your reading. They were very closed when I started, This one isn't going to open for a few more days, but yeah, I feel like there's something blossoming. There's something to your energy with something that's ending. It's blossoming into something else. And I'm seeing the eucalyptus also as something that's very calming, something that's very, it's just a peaceful kind of ending. It's not anything that's going to be very abrupt. It's going to have a very smooth finish to it. Like I see her, there might be some little cards dropped along the way, whereas I see that as little messages maybe not being acknowledged because of all the work that we have been doing. But you can't really catch them all, is what I'm hearing. You can't catch all the messages. You can't catch everything. I would give yourself a little more credit because you are stepping into something new and you're being prepared for something. So it's asking you to be positive about this. Count your blessings, do your gratitude list, and I feel this new beginning and this change is going to come on pretty smooth. Okay, so let's get you some more messages here from this deck. Some mudras, hand positions that can help and assist you at this time. All right, so we have inspiration, be creative, love, be kind, and sexuality, be sensual. Okay. So yeah, I feel like this group is definitely the group where it's asking you to kind of make sure that with all this hard work and this effort that you're putting into this new beginning, also take into account not to discount your desires, okay? And this is going to help with your creativity because we got sacral chakra here, sacral chakra, heart chakra kind of energy, but with this red color, I'm seeing like a root chakra attachment or a base, you know, that is of love, being from love. So this be creative, I also feel, is creative with how you're taking the steps that you do something. If you are a Taurus watching this, I'm being told just earth signs I'm going to touch on. If you are a Taurus watching this, this might be a little bit difficult for you in this change direction, change the way you do things. You might be pretty set in the way that you like to do things. But if something does come about that it feels a little bit difficult to navigate that one thing, it's just asking to look at it and maybe take and change into consideration, because they're just maybe something needs to be a little reworked to make it a little easier on you, make it kinder for you. And maybe there's something that you're being inspired to think outside of the box a little bit more about here. And when it comes to the sensual side of yourself, I feel for earth signs that is not a very tall order. I feel like they can get into that energy very easily. So I'll touch on Capricorn as well. Might be pushing, you know, this is a very Capricorn a card right here. So pushing with determination. And then the wands energy coming through. It's like, where does that inspiration come from? Where are you getting that from? Because when it runs out, how are you going to get that next supply is what's kind of I'm feeling from that. And then our next earth sign, Virgo, right? So Virgo coming through as this might be a position where you might feel like you might get trapped up in the details of something, and it's asking you to move forward with something with an optimistic spirit. Because I feel like Virgo with the planet Mercury, especially if you're watching this exactly when I'm posting it, we're in Mercury retrograde. So if you're not born in Mercury retrograde like I am, maybe now might not be the time to communicate anything. Not that I'm perfect during Mercury retrograde, because I'm definitely not. I still get the mumbles and stumbles, but I'm being guided to say for those that are particularly Virgos, you know, to keep that optimism going, because I feel like with all the information that comes within their energy, sometimes they might get a little pessimistic, and it might be hard to be creative. It might be hard to be loving. It might be hard to be sensual, because that can be a very stern, stuck energy. And I feel like this is propelling and working, and you might need to take a break. You might need to look at things, you know, and evaluate what needs to be concluded completely. Okay. All right. And then just in general for everybody else, obviously all that stuff can apply to anyone also, but I do feel for anyone else watching that is a fire sign, your determination right now is kind of being tested in a way where you're reaching the limits and the bounds of what your energy can facilitate, and you need to be careful, because from that point on, as a fire sign I'm speaking to, you may need to get that energy from a source that might be consuming of another person's energy if you don't watch out, like, your energy level that's being put out right now. And you know, when we get to that level where we need to almost be an energy vampire, and I'm not saying you are, but we all need energy from people on occasion, especially for fire signs. So it's just asking you to check to make sure that you're not expending your energy totally, because I know most fire signs, they love to be liked. They love to be the ones that are in focus. So you don't want to put yourself out of focus, and you don't want to put yourself in a bad situation. So that's your advice for that. Okay, in this new change that's moving forward. All right, so let's go ahead and get you some tarot here. There's some more information for those that selected group 2. All right, 10 of Cups. The Universe. The Movement of Swords in reverse, and the Tower in reverse. All right, so the Universe card will start with, this is about integration, mastery, and fulfillment. And you have everything you need to be successful, is what the bee whispers right now. Okay, so I love this. It's like the Magician card with the World card in a way, but it is the World card. This would be the World card, number 21. All right, so there is definitely completion. There's a graduation. There's something to celebrate, some kind of achievement that you've had. There's another 10 coming through to show that this is actually going to be very happy. This is going to be very fulfilling for you. That's wonderful. Whatever is ending, like I said with the eucalyptus here, it's a smooth ending. I feel like this is very smooth, very satisfying. I feel like you've put in so much hard work. You know what I'm also feeling? You know, like when you expend your energy or a child's energy so that they can calm down later. You're like, we're going to go to the park and we're going to play and we're going to run around, and then we're going to come home and we're going to have a snack, and then everybody's going to take a nap. You know, that was like my routine with my kids when they were little. It's like, you got to get that energy out. So I'm feeling like even as an adult, you know, we have this. It's like, go work out. Get that energy out. I also feel like this push, this pull, all these things that you've been doing and preparing yourself for this new beginning have exhausted you. And it's like, now it's just time to rest. Take some time before going into the next thing here. And the Tower is showing me whatever you've been working on has been something that has established you in some kind of a way. The reverse question here is to ask yourself, is there a possibility that fear is guiding my journey instead of seeing it through my eyes of truth? Okay. And the crystal recommendation is shungite. Feeling like something about your forward motion is being kind of like stopped at this time to embrace the energy of what chaos might lay ahead in this new beginning, because with every new beginning there's unworked things. It can be a little chaotic, and I do feel this smoothness of this Ace of Earth that it's going to be a smooth transition, yes, but chaos can be a measure of whatever. I mean, chaos can be a happy, fulfilled home with children running around screaming and being happy, and but it's still kind of chaotic, but it can be very happy, right? So I'm feeling like whatever direction you might be kind of, I feel like this being in reverse as well. It's like whatever movement and direction that you're taking, it's asking you to kind of evaluate your physical body, evaluate how you're feeling, evaluate what's behind this. Because yeah, there was that message where it's like, are we sure, that what we're doing and what we're driving and what we're pushing for, what place is that coming from? Is that of fear? And fear can be great in small doses, but are we putting so much on it that it's kind of, I feel this kind of almost roller coaster ride with this reading, with the intensity of the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Wands, and then an ending, and then the happiness and determination. It's like, whoa, there's just like a lot of stuff. So it's like, what are we working with here? I feel like what we might be working with is moving a little too fast and then having to rework and redo something because we were wanting to just get it done. And now we're seeing like the value in moving a little bit slower and stopping to smell the roses here, okay? And also the value in connecting yourself and exchanging your energy in a very sweet and loving way that builds in your creative spirit, because there might be some lack in that area. All right, so let's go ahead and get you a dinosaur here. So this is going to be something of the past, something that could be kind of nagging at whatever this new beginning is. So this might be part of the kind of chaos stuff that we may have to deal with, or maybe this is just some little thing that is here to beef up. Okay, so Dimetrodon. So it says you how to pronounce it right there. Like there is an energy like you're being seen, you're being noticed, you're quite showy. I think there might be an aspect to you where you're kind of showing off some of this energy. I feel like maybe some PDA or things like that, but also something from the past that might be lingering. With this card, I'm really not picking up on anything other than that message that I had about the 10 of Wands, where it's kind of, that would be the wands, would be the fire energy. So this is giving me fire in the desert. So I'm feeling that message that came through about the consuming of other people's energy, because the way it says other animals and saying carnivore, that's kind of a weird way of putting that. So feeling like just to be careful not to eat up other people's energy around you when you become exhausted, because I feel like right now you're really trying to push for something, some kind of happy ending here, and you're gonna get it. I feel like you're definitely gonna get it with your rune that you chose as well. Speaking of chaos, let's bring in a goddess energy that would like to assist you at this time with this new beginning. You to come through for those that selected to, please. Okay, we have Shakti with transformation number 45. Love it, love it. Yeah, this isn't just an ending. This is a transformation. That's what it is. That's why it's so intense. Yeah, you guys are going to be moving, not just... oh, okay. The panther is giving me dream, because I have had panther dreams. And I feel like a shapeshifter energy to you, like you may be transforming physically in a way with this earth card. So, and the 10 of Wands, putting in all that energy, all that determination to come to this smooth endings. Remember the message I also got with that card as well. So this might also be, I'm getting messages and more messages here for someone in particular who's going through some kind of gender transition as well. I feel like you're gonna have a very happy result with whatever is going on. If you have any major reserves of, you know, stifling your happiness at this time, you're definitely going to be very happy with wherever you're headed. I feel like this is a very long journey for you, but you will get where you're going. Okay. And also I feel there is definitely something coming through here in the depiction of this card with this jewelry, heavy, like excessive maximalist time jewelry. I feel like a ceremonial, like, I'm definitely feeling like this group, you definitely like to, like I had said before, you like to show off, you like to show up, you like to be somebody who shows off your energy. And if you're not somebody that likes to do that, you might be moving in the direction of that here soon, of accepting being seen. I'm asking for another goddess here. One number's 36 with Mimosin. Nemosin? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. The past. This is giving me reading 1 as well. There was this maze depiction in our card of our mudra. So maybe that you watched that, or maybe you want to. The past. So the Greek goddess. This is the Greek goddess here. Right now you can trust your instincts that if something brings to mind your past, it indeed has a kernel of old in the new. This is an amazing opportunity to make informed choices and do things differently. This goddess has another powerful message for you. There are many choice points in life where you have the power to make beautiful changes and become more creative, empowered, and alive. Yes, sometimes memories that live in the cells of our body will trigger palpable fear, but you can move beyond your past to discover new territories, and new vision of freedom will come to you. You won't see the past the same anymore, as wisdom replaces numb acceptance. The memories will change because you changed. This freedom is gained by willingness and curiosity. Relationships become rich with potential, and all your natural choices will no longer fall into old patterns that are not serving you. This goddess wants you to experience this miracle. But I feel like there's so much discernment at this point. There isn't even a question of which one of these things to bring in, because you just know. You just have this feeling and knowing at this point. Your intuition is really, really on point right now. All right, so let's go ahead and get you this card here. And we're going to read a little poem out of the book from this card. They don't have interpretation, it's just little abstract poems. So let's see. These cards are so buttery. Oh, nice. Alright, so we have fog. These unicorns in the background. Dense fog descends. Stars fade behind gray curtains. All is but a silhouette in the distance. Drape yourself in nebulous concealment. Still remain resistant and caution. not too long, and the gale will sure come. Dispersed be the fog and all the schemes. So what I'm getting from that, I mean, other than its very obvious energy, is there may have been like this overarching, lingering, shadowing feeling that was pushing you forward. And I'm feeling like now you're going to be more guided instead of pushed and led. Because I feel like inside, internally, there's a feeling where the tower energy is like a looming thing where you're like, well, I need to do this or else this is going to happen, and I need to do that. And it's like there is everyday tasks, of course, that facilitate that, where we have to keep going, we have to keep moving to basically just keep the world going, right? Keep everything moving, and movement is the necessary energy of the way that the world works, right? Everything is constantly in motion. But I'm also seeing that through this, there is a time that will stand still. There's something about timing here and emotion. Yeah, because I'm seeing in this card, there is a time when we need to be present, stay still. I'm also feeling like a little bit of like ADHD from this pile. Like maybe there's this I can't sit still energy. And something's happening to where you're needing to sit still, you're needing to reevaluate because of whatever I feel like the messages that you've been listening to, the things that have disturbed your energy. I'm also just feeling like the winds of change that have come in, you need to now evaluate that and how you're going to be seeing it, because there may be this metaphorical fog within the discovery, because potential isn't just going to be revealed to us all in one swoop, right? So I feel like there is yet to be revealed this, and I see a fog in this card as well. She's got this fog around her, so it's like I feel like you're navigating within this, and now it's clearing its way more now, and you're going to be seeing that star, that guiding light, that northern direction, that dharmic path that you're going to be taking and moving forward, and that's beautiful. So I feel like the change is very necessary here. I feel like there's so many things that need to end and align for this transformation to be possible. And in all this, these cards are really saying that do not discount the physical body and the physical experience, because this is a very energetic and passionate thing, I feel. So if this is about a relationship in any regard, don't get swept up, I feel, in this mystery of the fog. Still be able to guide your way, and if you tend to get a little bit trapped in the fog of this, it's asking you to lead with optimism, because you'll find your way out through this level of, I'm seeing it looking like making sure that we account for the level of satisfaction that we'd like to have. Maybe not doing it the way that we've done it in the past, but moving forward in a more educated way, a more learned way, maybe even a celebratory way. Okay. All right. Okay, so our last message is going to come from this book here that I've been reading recently. I have mixed stuff about it, skeptical stuff, but it's just a book. It's whatever. I thought it does have some very interesting messages in it, and we will go ahead and we're going to pick right bottom. So whatever paragraph's on the right bottom. Okay. Chapter 11, since this is kind of all down on the right side, which is what I said, we'll just kind of read this whole thing. If you want to skip past this part, go ahead. Or if you want to speed me up. So this is about Kuan Yin and the connection to this person. We're not going to get into the details of this book and what it means or what she was receiving, but this says, loving yourself with compassion is essential for ascension. Kuan Yin speaks. I am Kuan Yin, and it is with great joy that I reveal myself as Key Code 6 in the Sophia Dragon Tribe. My Sophia embodiment title is sheet of 1,000 waters. For my for my transmission overflows with the light of Sophia carried within water. So, yeah. Code 6 transmission activates the divine feminine within you that are also the holy properties of water. My divine feminine Christ teachings are a spring source of Sophia's fluid wisdom, baptizing your awareness to let go and receive the abundant flow of the divine love and compassion that is always available to you. I feel like some of the wording and the way they word things, I don't know, it's like, it's whatever. You can take it however you'd like. Okay. Baptizing your awareness to, okay. When you invoke me as a spiritual guide, I overlight your human journey with several rays of Sophia's light that mentor your awareness to give and receive self-love and self-compassion. The first of the rose quartz ray of Divine Mother's love. The second ray is the gentle white light that pierces all darkness. And the third is the aquamarine ray of rebirth, courage, and divine service. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. All right, so hopefully you got something from that. I don't know. I thought that was kind of interesting. So, well, yeah, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you'd like to come out again and see me, please subscribe and like and comment on this video if you feel so called. All right. Well, thank you again and have a lovely rest of your day. Bye-bye. Hello to those of you that selected number 3 here with this rune. This is the Man and the card, the Magician. All right, so some masculine energy here in group number 3. Our card of the day, if you did not catch, was the Ace of Earth with this beautiful green dragon here. So some new beginnings, some new opportunities, some potential awaits here. And definitely in your card that you chose, card number 1, the initiation, having everything that you need to manifest whatever you desire. All right. So the Man rune here is symbolizing the traditional kind of abilities that men could have, and also just the characteristics. Might also be about action, fatherhood, being a protector to loved ones, being a provider. Also, it's about empowerment, confidence, strength, leadership, and dominance. Okay. So we will attribute the energy that we see here. So if you are a man watching this, I feel there is definitely something that you are harnessing, some ability that you have moving forward that is going to bring you very swiftly into this new beginning. I also feel like this might be something financial or material that you have manifested, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get you these cards here first. Get you some animal spirits. See who would like to come forward with some messages about your energy at current moment. Might be very driving. I'm hearing a lot of energy pushing forward. I also feel like maybe you watched group number 2. There's a little bit of that in there as well. So I hope you are having a lovely day wherever you are in the world. And if you are not, hopefully we can say something here that will help you change up that energy. Okay, so we got some pretty cool animals here with the porcupine, with the otter, and the caiman. So this one's with the anemone flower with boundaries. This one's with the cattail, peace, and the poppy with dreams. Okay. So I feel already your dream of having a peaceful life without having to fight too much for it are definitely in these sights here for this new beginning. And the boundaries are showing me also the details and things that you want to align with in order to get exactly what you want for your manifestation. For working with the Magician card, you want to be detailed. You want to know all the aspects of what you want. You know, when you order up your thing that you want from the universe, make sure that it has the correct address. Make sure that it's the size that you want. It's the color that you want. It's all the specifications that you have aligned yourself with and what you've dreamt of. So there might be a lot of details. Okay. So if you are a woman watching this and you're in a traditional relationship, I feel there might be some new peace. There might be a dream person in your horizons. Maybe also if you're just a person who is interested in a man, it doesn't matter, gender doesn't matter. So I'm feeling like once you define the parameters of what you're actually looking for, it's going to make it easier for that energy to come to you. And you can be as specific as you like, is what this energy is saying. And I also feel that, and this might be something where you're going to have to make peace with the fact that not every single thing is going to come through like that. I mean, you're not designing a man in a computer unless that's what you want to do. AI man, right? So, I mean, obviously in this day and age, that is a doable thing, but I'm feeling with this that how you're also perceiving yourself with others is you're laying out the right boundaries. You're showing people what your worth is moving into this next phase. Because it's like, I'm also feeling like your first impression with this other person is very, very important. Okay? So let's go ahead and get you some mudras here that will be helpful for you at this time. Oh, that one wanted to come up over the other ones. Okay, so we have relax, let it flow. We have inner peace on this peace card. Be still. And then we have intention, be true. So I'm getting, there's some kind of magnetizing energy happening with this. Okay. So let's look at the bottom here. We have over tension costs energy. This mudra can help. Soft, warm water relaxes and caresses me. Okay. 46. And this one is the mudra calms the nerves. I rock myself with gentle motion and bathe in the wonderful ocean of peace. Number 34. And this is a wind mudra. It helps with rheumatism, arthritis, sciatic problems, shaky limbs. Okay. I cultivate my loving feelings and positive thoughts, and this exerts a magic attraction and benevolent, affirmative, and positive things. Number 26. Very cool. Yeah. And I feel the boundaries are making sure that we do things with purpose, with intention, with authenticity is your boundaries here, so that you can get to that level of peace. Because I feel like maybe we have been kind of outside of the flow of things, and now we're like really pinpointing, we're really getting narrowed in on things, and in order to draw in those things that we want to us, whether this be a person, whether this be a thing, whatever, we need to have those specifics down. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get you some tarot here. Some more messages for those that selected one. We have the Chariot in reverse. Seven of Swords. The Innocence of Swords in reverse. And the Hermit in reverse. Okay. So already the Hermit in reverse is showing me that it is time to get out of hiding, get out of the position that we've been in, being alone. Maybe there is a specific person that is coming to you, because I feel like this movement is reversed here. So messages also that could be coming in might be halted in some way, because I feel like you're being protected from something at this time. You're being to keep the peace, to keep the connection of something. You're definitely being, maybe there's some information about this person that you're not supposed to know right away, or maybe you're being protected from a specific person who could be very manipulative in some kind of way. They could be really pulling the strings and just making you feel kind of uneasy. And the Seven of Swords, it's just making me feel like there's something kind of lurking and doing things and being up to mischief, and you might be seeing it from kind of a naive perspective at this time, but I feel like you're going to be given the right information here soon to know. And I feel like stillness is definitely something that we need to attribute. I feel like this is also putting you in the position of the observer, to observe things, to not respond right away, but to be somebody who is just, you're looking at everything and how it's going. Because I feel like if you do meet a new person, or if there is a person in your life at current moment that is kind of pulling the strings, so to speak, I feel like oh wait, what is it? Oh, okay, I'm being guided to read this because it says here, firstly, you play puppet on a string. Imagine that your arms and legs have strings attached to which are operated from above. Raise your arms and legs, and then whilst breathing out, you slowly and gently sink to the ground like a limp marionette. Then you let yourself be pulled up again, then you collapse again. Repeat this several times and don't let your mind wander whether it looks odd. Now perform the mudra either in a sitting position or lying down. While you're performing it, you breathe several times. Long, deep, and gentle waves wash around you and carry your superfluous tension out into the sea. I saw that as not an exercise to do, but something that's been going on. Someone's been pulling your strings. Someone's been deciding the direction, deciding how things are going to go. Maybe this person is keeping you isolated in some way and robbing you of your energy so that you don't have enough energy to give. Or maybe you're also holding your tongue and not able to tell people about this. Maybe you also do not want to go to therapy and talk about this person because you don't really know where to start, or you feel trapped, or you feel in a position where this person's manipulating you so much that they're kind of robbing you of your own safety and security. This is, if you're resonating with this, I hope you're okay. There's definitely a lot of situations that are out there designed to help. The planet Mercury coming through there. There's communicating coming through. There's definitely a person or people that are willing to help. I see mother. I see nurse. Okay, these people might have been kind of pushed out on the outskirts, or people that you no longer talk to, or something like that. Or these might be people you're worried about talking to because you don't want to look silly. You're just trying to keep the peace. You're just trying to maintain your boundaries and maintain your energy and not get too far out of the flow, because this might be disrupting your finances in some way. I feel like there might be also some verbal abuse, some financial abuse, something going on within your energy that we maybe need to examine. And if you're not resonating with this, you can pick another group. But there's different layers to reading. So if this doesn't resonate, just don't take it on. This maybe just leave it for another. Okay. All right, so let's get you another message here from something in the past. So something lingering, right? Let's just address it and deal with it. Bring it up. So Arculon, weird. I knew this one was going to come out for some reason. I don't know why. I just had a feeling. And this is showing me that there is this something of the past is maybe a people-pleasing tendency of going with the flow. There's an overarching energy bigger than you, something that you've maybe had to deal with from your past, deal with your self-esteem had maybe been affected by this in some way. Your words had been taken from you. Your emotions have been invalidated. I just want to give you a hug. I just feel like we go through periods of time like this too. It's not like you're just this suffering person. I feel like you're just going through a particular moment in time, and this might be a big change that's happening, with these two major arcana, but also there might be someone, maybe there's a child attached to this, is asking me to not take this lightly. Like, I feel like if there is a child involved in all the dynamic that I had mentioned, consider them as well in this. Don't discount how they might feel, because I feel like sometimes as parents, we're like, well, we're not going to do what's best for us, and then that's going to be what's best for the child. But, there might be some little steps along the way that might be best for the child that you need to consider, that we need to take a pause, have some stillness, be real with ourselves here, and be able to create that peace and that belonging for that individual to feel a part of the change, because there might be some things that might be difficult that they're dealing with, that we could be some help. And even though we're an adult, we can step back, we could help this individual, we could talk this through, something like that. Okay. All right, and since we have double turtle message, this is definitely showing me go at your own pace. Pace yourself. This is not a time to rush ahead, obviously, or rush ahead with any of the information, like being a reactive energy with whatever's going on in your life, because I feel like that's just going to get you out of the power seat. And right now you want to be in the power. You want to be in the control position. Okay. All right, so let's get you a goddess here. I would like to come through. Goddess supporting the chaotic energy of change here that comes about, helping you out with the little things that are just a little frustrating that we deal with in dealing with new beginnings. Okay. Knowledge. Number 5, Athena. Okay, we have the owl coming through with her. So yeah, the number of change, number 5. Yeah, there might be some really broad ideas also that are coming through at this time. Maybe you're being asked to keep some of this information to yourself so that it will not spoil this new beginning. Because I feel like if there is an individual that does not have your complete and utter best intentions in mind, which I'm picking up on that a little bit, okay? That's asking you to now take whatever knowledge you're earning about this new beginning and don't share it, okay? This is a time to be still, be silent. That's what I'm picking up here. That's what the cards are dropping down, all right? Okay, so let's get you a message from Athena from the book. Athena is a Greek goddess of intelligence and strategy. She says, knowledge is power, and you are in a perfect position to gain greater clarity at this time. Your hard work is paying off, and everything you have earned about life has brought you to this moment in time. Your knowledge, logical choices, and intentions are aligned with divine will. Your intellect is keen, your mind is clear, you know what you have to do. Right now, the world is making sense. You don't have to question or debate it. You can take things at face value. If you think it adds up, that's because it does. Have courage. Yeah. Athena is guiding you and helping you. So I'm going to read you the message here from this. This card is also called the Focused Creator. I like that. So the crystal recommendation is an agate. And then this whisper of the Pegasus is coming through to say, command the flow of your energy and lead yourself to victory. And then the disconnected message of the reverse meaning here says and asks you to ask yourself, is it possible that life feels ungrounded because my energy is scattered? And that was giving me the impression also that the energy is being taken up by another individual as well. So that I'm also going to give you the Hermit one. So this is also the wise soul. So solitude, inner quest, and patience. So the crystal recommendation is green malachite. And the whisper of the turtle is taking an introspective approach is the key to what you seek. Okay. And then the reverse message here is to ask yourself, would my heart and soul benefit from a more profound connection from the outside world to help brighten my journey? Okay. So yeah, I feel like this might be part of that outside perspective, and the reason why it's in reverse is because we might not be listening to it, because our energy might be scattered too much, and it needs to get more focused in on specific categories right now. All right, our next card here is going to be a little poem from this card here. Shelter. All right. A downpour is coming, and not everything can weather the storm. Sometimes you are a shelter, sometimes you take one. Very short little poem, but very insightful of this little squirrel, right? Also feel like be prepared, be prepared. Okay, then our last message is going to be from this book here that I've been reading lately, and I'm skeptical. I have my reservations about every book I read, but it's interesting and it has some interesting things. So let's go ahead and get you a page, and let's see. Let's read from the left top. Okay. As such, do you accept that the Holy Spirit of the higher self has the sovereign angelic power to provide everything for you to achieve this purpose? Yes. Okay, that's all I'm gonna read because it kind of paused. So there was the longer ones in the other two, but that one I feel like was very specific for the Magician card. So the choice wording in there, you could take it or leave it, but really it's talking about higher self. And like I had said to some of the other groups, if you didn't catch, if I didn't say it in the beginning of this reading, there was a red-tailed hawk, and I'm pretty sure it was because it sounded that way. We have a lot of red-tailed hawks around here, and I heard it caw-caw, caw in the distance, and then all these other birds were like coming around, and yeah, I just feel like there is something in the works. There is some change, there is some higher perspectives, more of a connection to your higher self also I'm feeling with this group. And I feel like if you are a woman watching this, it's like your higher self has a very masculine energy, a very driven energy. And if you're a man watching this, I feel like the connection that you have to your physical body is connecting you to your higher self, and how you move with intention and how you use that physical body is how you're going to be some kind of a change maker. You have a lot of potential in the world. Okay. All right. Well, that is a beautiful message. Thank you so much for joining me. That is all I have for you today. If you'd like to come out and see me again sometimes, my usual posts have been on Saturday at 6 p.m. Central Time. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me, and have a lovely rest of your day. Bye-bye.